Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
At OEB Law, our home is your home. And your family is our family. And down here, family takes care of family. OEB Law feels like home.
Welcome to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard, Week 11, in the books. Regular season high school football is over, so we'll turn the page and we'll get ready to go to the playoffs next week, and we'll whittle this thing down. We'll cut the field way down going into next week. So our program here won't change a lot next week, but our times might change a little bit. Might not go as long because, you know, it's just be less teams to talk about. But probably the first round will run us just the regular time. So if you're used to watching us, you know what I'm talking about. We've done it. We do it every year as it goes down, and then we'll just have to look to see where everybody's playing for week 2 and see what games are in our area and see how far away people are, whether there'll be week 2 in the playoffs. I can't guarantee that. I really don't know the playoff scenario right now, how far everybody's got to go. So we'll look at that as we go. And we will be here next week for sure, though. That's you can count that on that for sure. So a lot of games last night. I'm not gonna say, yeah, some big games last night. Cofield, Rockwood, Cofield, no problem. And those guys, our guys were saying last night that it's possibly a second round matchup for Rockwood to be back at Cofield in 2 weeks. Rockwood didn't look good last night, so they'll have to regroup big time and come in with a different game plan than what they had last night, because what they had last night just didn't work. So, and somebody said this today too, and I don't know if this is true or not neither. Clinton's waiting on to see who the loser is tonight between McMinn County and Walker Valley, and Clinton goes and plays at the loser, and if they were to win and Oak Ridge was to win, and I don't have any idea who Oak Ridge plays neither, so for somebody out here that's watching that knows who Oak Ridge might be going to play, you can call and tell me. There's possibly a second round matchup would be Clinton and Oak Ridge. So that would be an interesting game. I have no idea where Anderson County's going, who's coming, or anything. I do not know anything about that. Just the ones that I've heard, just the talk that I've heard. So, but like I said, last night the big game on the schedule for us was Rockwood and Cofield. Rockwood wins that region again. They just keep on winning, folks. I mean, I don't know any other way to say it. They just keep on winning. And it's a small school, and they just keep winning. They just really keep on winning. And, you know, a lot of teams around here have had good years this year. Oliver Springs, you know, has had a really good year after starting off really slow. Rockwood's been up and down all year long. I mean, all year long. Anderson County started off fairly slow. They were winning big tonight. When I seen that score at one point, or I heard it coming down, I think they were fairly big. And let me get this caller here right quick. Been holding for just a second. Go ahead, caller. You on the air? Yes, they won. I just don't know the score.
You don't know the score? What about Clinton?
Yes, Clinton won too.
All right, thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Okay, bye.
All right, if you're watching me, Ernest County won 56-16. So they end up on a winning note. Clinton ends up on a winning note. Oak Ridge wins up on a winning note. And I don't know whether Oliver Springs beat Greenback or not last. They did, okay. Oliver Springs beats Greenback last night. I think at one point that game was tied up. I heard our guys saying as they were doing the Cofield Rockwood game last night. Yeah, Oliver Springs wins 30-14. I don't, and I was trying to think. I'm just told that Oak Ridge will play East Hamilton, so I assume that is right. So I don't really know. That's who they thought Clinton was going to play for a little while, but I think East Hamilton got beat. It knocked them down. Excuse me. Woo. Man, okay, let's get regrouped here because that was bad. Maybe I'm not. I hope I ain't getting sick. That's for sure. But anyway, I don't know if Oak Ridge plays East Hamilton or not. I know Clinton was, but I know East Hamilton lost, and I think they wound up coming in fourth. So that is probably correct. That's the guy that sent me that. Pretty reliable source that sent it to me, so he probably knows. And he's a big Oak Ridge fan too, so he's on top of it. I'm sure Joe Gaddis called and told him about it. He knows about it, so we'll take that to be to the house, and it'll be all right. So let's see. I was trying to catch a score here on the ticker if I could see it, but I don't see. I'm trying to see. McMinn County lost? Okay, so it looks like Clinton's going to go and play McMinn County next week. And I don't know. This guy just said they're going to play Knucklehead, so I don't know. He's crazy. Anyway, I think that's a miss. He's off a little bit tonight. But anyway, it looks like Clinton will go to McMinn County next week to play, and Oak Ridge gets East Hamilton at home. Again, I'm waiting on to see if we've got the Greenville Elizabethan score. Elizabethan got beat 23-13 by Greenville. So that's going to put maybe Elizabethan down here. I don't know if it's week 3 maybe in the playoffs for Anderson County. I think that's probably going to be correct. And looks like Austin East wins tonight 60-28 over Scott. Wow. Had a really tough year at AE. Gatlinburg Pittman's not played bad this year. They've had a really good year this year. That's a team that noticed quite a bit. That's played really well. Sevier County's not had a bad year neither. Played pretty good this year. You just hate, Hall's another team that's bounced back really big this year. It's had a really good year this year also. Team that has come back and had a winning season. You see Oakdale beat Midway. You see South Pitt beat Whitwell I think that was last night, I think. And you see Meigs County, they just keep on winning. I don't remember where you put Meigs County. They just keep on winning too. Farragut takes out Maryville 13-10. I don't know that game right there didn't. I think that game might have put Farragut in the playoffs. I think Maryville's in too, but I think that put them. I think that put. I think that put them in the playoffs. So anyway, week 11. It really doesn't seem like it was that long ago. That it was August, whatever, when we started, and we kicked this thing off. And let's see, we got another call here. Let's get it right quick. Quick caller, you on there?
Well, what do you say, Clinton? Where's your boy Jonathan?
I don't know. I don't have no boy named Jonathan.
No. Your partner in crime over there. That's usually to your left.
I don't have a partner in crime.
Oh, well, looks like your boys are going to be playing at McMinn County. How do you like that matchup?
I don't know nothing about them, so I don't. Doesn't really matter to me.
That's a tough field to play at. I don't think you guys will be able to beat the officiating. That's for sure. Clinton better play the game of their lives, because that is a tough place to play. If you can beat the officiating, I like Clinton's chances, because that pumps me up for a second-round matchup with Clinton and Oak Ridge. Be good for the county. Of course. Go ahead.
I don't know nothing about the officiating down there. I don't know nothing about McMinn County, and it doesn't affect me in any way.
Oh, well. When was the last time Farragut beat Maryville?
I don't know. I'm not a Farragut fan, so I don't know.
All right, well. Is Cox coming in tonight?
I guess he is. I've not talked to him, so I assume he is.
Well, all right then. Well, I guess I will talk to you later, and congratulations to your Dragons, and I guess we'll see you guys in the second round to beat McMinn.
It's not my Dragons, so I appreciate you guys. That's about all I can say to you.
No, well, all right. Go get him, Queener.
I don't know why he's telling me he appreciates my Dragons. They're his Dragons more than they're my Dragons. he knows more about them than I do.
Tonight is the first time Farragut has beat Maryville for the first time in 32 years.
So if we're right here, and we're usually not wrong too, Farragut has not beat Maryville since 1991. If that's correct, and we're pretty correct around here. So, wow, man, that's a long time too. So, but anyway, as I was saying, we started this gig around in August, and everybody was hot and rolling and ready to go. Everybody said there was a lot of hype in Clinton. I live in Clinton, and I knew we had a lot of kids coming back and a lot of good talent coming back, but I wasn't hearing the same thing that everybody else apparently was hearing. So I didn't know much about no hype. So just go out and play football. Clinton's winning right now. They won the last two. They're on a little winning streak right now. They're playing a whole lot better. Although I don't know if they're playing any better or not, just to be honest with you, because I heard coming on the radio tonight that Clinton had 10 penalties tonight. Can't have that in the playoffs. I'm sorry. There'll be, as that last caller said, he's got him pumped up to look forward to that second round matchup between Clinton and Oak Ridge. If Clinton's got 10 penalties next Friday night, I'll be shocked if we're talking about Clinton winning a football game, just to be honest with you. You can't play like that in playoff football and expect to advance and move on. You got to play a clean football game. And that's Clinton's. I thought they had that cleaned up, but I guess, that penalty bug come out on them tonight again. So they got to work on that. They ain't got much time to work on it neither. So it's after tonight there is no just go play a game, and if you lose, just you go play another. Next week it's for real. It's win and advance or lose and go home. And get ready for basketball if you got any basketball players on a football team. So there's a lot of people tonight. That's exactly what they're doing right now. They put their shoulder pads up, had them on for the last time, and probably have basketball practice maybe tomorrow or Sunday or first thing Monday. Your basketball get cranked up. They'll be on the some kids will be on the basketball floor and moving on from football. So, like I said, it's playoff times, but that is unbelievable about Oak Ridge, Farragut and Maryville, 30-some years. Wow, it's big. Just trying to see, the Knox Powell game last night goes in overtime. Powell misses an extra point. West scores and gets the extra point, wins it 24-23. I don't know that that's who everybody thought was going to win, but everybody thought it'd be a close football game, be a good football game. The Beard and McMinn Central game last night, that wasn't much. Now, that's just being real honest. It wasn't much. It was a blowout. So, everybody's going to advance. Everybody there, Bearden advances on, and everybody's advancing on. So, to the teams that made it to the playoffs, congratulations. To the teams that didn't make it to the playoffs, congratulations for the season that you had. Get in the weight room in the winter and start getting better and get ready for it again next year for those that are eligible to play again next year for the underclassmen. But to the seniors that played, and maybe you played your last game, whether it was last night or tonight, congratulations on the career you had. And, if you've been somebody in our viewing area anyway, we've enjoyed watching you play, and we appreciate what you brought to high school football. So I don't really see, so far tonight, I guess the biggest shocker up there might be Farragut and Maryville. That might be the biggest shock tonight as far as what I've seen on the scoreboard. Which one of them games is right? Baylor, Knox Carter. Is there two Knox Carters? Knox Carter's up there twice. Huh. Webb's another team, a Knoxville team that's had a really good year. Grace Christian goes down tonight to Boyd Buchanan. Ex-Alcoa coach at Boyd Buchanan. Rankin, he's down at Boyd. Didn't take him long to get the program turned around. He gets up on Grace tonight. Science Hill takes out Dobbins Bennett. I don't know that Dobbins Bennett's really that good this year. Big school, but not had a really good football team recently. Wartburg takes out Tellico Plains. Congratulations to Wartburg. They've not had a bad year this year, but congratulations. Trying to see if it's the Walker Valley beat McMinn County 17-14. I think that the last time I'd heard that score it was 10-7, so that's about how it's about right there, 17-14. Like I say, Clinton goes to McMinn, and Walker Valley will, I think, comes in. I think Walker Valley wins it. And East Hamilton dropped to 4th, and that's who the Ridge gets. Oak Ridge gets East Hamilton. So congratulations to those teams. Like I said, I know everybody that's from Oak Ridge talks about the officiating. I think Oak Ridge played McMinn County earlier in the year. I think they lost to McMinn County earlier in the year. Everybody says officiating. I don't know if it's officiating or not. I didn't see the game. I've not even seen clips. I think that's the game that Coach Reagan he got thrown out for Oak Ridge, I think, at that game. So you just have to go play the game, and you ain't got much choice or stay home one. So, but anyway, let's jump out of here. We'll take our first break tonight here in just a second, but we appreciate Free Medical Clinic sponsoring us all year long, and they'll sponsor us into the playoffs. We appreciate, as I say every Friday night, don't go without going to see a doctor. Go see the folks at Free Medical Clinic. They'll take care of you, so don't go without going to see a doctor. there is somewhere for you to go and check the free medical clinic out if you need to see a doctor. They will take care of you, and tell them we sent you. And all of our other sponsors, we appreciate those folks too. We'll be right back here in just a minute on the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard.
The Free Medical Clinic of Oak Ridge presents New Year's Eve 2024 Countdown on Sunday, December 31st, 2023 at 9 p.m. to January 1st, 2024 at 1 a.m. Live band, food trucks, hot air balloons, sponsored by Tennessee College of Applied Technology, Baird, the City of Oak Ridge, David Coffey, BBB Communication, and Holloway Event Company. Ball drop and fireworks. Come with your friends and family to count down the new year together. Don't miss it. Free to the public. For more information, go to fmcor.org.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard.
As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands of times over the past decade. A Rule 31 mediator, Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health. For every moment.
On-site care in Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-site care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, on-site care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. And now on-site care welcomes Darren Wright, a board-certified family nurse practitioner who will be accepting new patients. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Kathy Mae Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy Mae Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976.
As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your red into a check.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Welcome back to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. I almost said here on Channel 12, but that's not correct anymore. I think I'll just say it's on BVB TV. I think it's 1081 or 1086. I think I'm correct. You can get it on either one of those channels. Pick it up, or you can at my house anyway. So Comcast has messed everybody up, including us. Changing everything around, but that's okay. It'll be all right. Listen, 483-8112 if you got a question to comment. We will talk a little Tennessee football a little later on. If my partner gets here, if he doesn't, then we'll talk about it anytime anybody wants to talk about it. But Tennessee didn't play very well last week. I was afraid of that. Me and Cox, neither one picked Tennessee to win last week. We didn't get the score right, but we was wrong that Tennessee would get beat. Without really talking a lot of Tennessee football right now, I'll say the same thing I've been saying for weeks. We still don't have a consistent quarterback, and you're not going to beat good football teams kicking field goals. You're not going to be good high school football teams kicking field goals. When you're in the red zone and you don't score and you just come away with 3, it's almost like a defeat. I mean, Tennessee maybe if they just, where they had to kick a couple field goals, if those would have been touchdowns, Tennessee might have been able at halftime to put the lights out on Alabama. Maybe. But it's evident that Alabama went in at halftime and made adjustments, and Tennessee went in at halftime and laid a goose egg. They didn't make no adjustments. So that's how they got beat. But anyway, we'll talk a little bit about that later on. We'll talk about their matchup tomorrow. As I told my man Chandler back here when I came in, we was talking a little bit about it. And I'm telling you right now, I think Kentucky gets Tennessee tomorrow. I don't know. I have no idea what the score is going to be. But I told Chandler also, I won't be shocked if it's not by about 14 points. And he thinks I'm wrong. And for my sake, I guess I hope I am, because I don't like picking against them. But he said he'd like to think I'm wrong. I probably am wrong, because once you go against them, they usually win. So, but anyway, they got to go to Kentucky. It's a tough place to play. It always has been. I mean, Tennessee's dominated them in the past. That's correct. But they've struggled with them some in the past too. And we'll see. Maybe they go up. Man, Tennessee's got a tough schedule ahead of them. I think it's Kentucky tomorrow night. I believe it's Missouri, and then it's Georgia. And then who cares about the Vandy game? But that's a gauntlet that's coming up. That was a gauntlet coming up with Alabama and then rolling right on down. Tennessee's got Tennessee could go from playing in a really good bowl game to the Music City Bowl or, the Duke Mayo Bowl. Who wants to go and play in the Duke Mayo Bowl and get mayonnaise thrown on your head if you're the winning coach? I don't. But anyway, that's beside the point. So, anyway, 483-8112, give us a call here at BBB TV. 1086 on the channel dial on Comcast. Just tune us in and dial us on up and ask us that question. Hey, no question is too stupid. If you would have been listening to us or you heard a caller call in earlier, you know, he's confused whether he's a Clinton fan or an Oak Ridge fan. He's been that way all year long. So, you know, if we can listen to him, we can listen to you. So, you know, go ahead and call us. And, you know, Christy, you've not called but one time this year, Christy. Call you out. And Oliver Springs has had a pretty good year. So I don't know where you and JR's been, but, you know, that's, you know, you need to be calling and talking about the Bobcats down there in Oliver Springs, you know. So, but anyway, like I said, Coalfield wins big last night over Rockwood, and to take that region, like I said, they just keep on winning, man. Coalfield's just got an awesome football team and just a really good football program. It's a small school, but they just really have a good football team there. So I think did you know? Hey, Cheddar, you know if Harriman played tonight, or was Harriman off? Okay. Was trying to figure out if Harriman played tonight. You know, in the past, Harriman, the last game of the year has been a bye. Harriman played. Harriman beat Sunbright last night, 42-0. So big win for Harriman last night. So, you know, I know Kingston went down last night to Alcoa. It's pretty much expected. So just, you know, Alcoa just keeps on keeping on. So let's see who we got here. Quick caller, you on the air?
Yeah, that Kentucky game. That's going to be a night game, ain't it?
Yes. It is. I think it's a 7 o'clock kickoff, I think.
Yeah, I tell my other guy, I just got a funny feeling they're going to get beat.
Me too.
And then Georgia's coming up, and then Missouri might have a chance. I don't know. I'm looking at either 8-4 or maybe 7-5.
Yeah, maybe. Listen, Missouri's playing really good football right now.
Man, I tell you what, we just can't get over the hump. Alabama, Georgia might win their third straight national championship. Who knows?
Well, you're right. They could. I know their best player on their team, or what they consider their best offensive player. Anyway, they're tied in the Bauer kid. He's hurt right now. Don't know if he'll. I mean, they don't know when he'll be back, but I don't really think it matters. I think they're just a little bit deeper in what Tennessee is. Tennessee's still recruiting-wise just not caught up with everybody yet. Even though we had a good year last year, we're still not caught up. We're still trying to catch up with certain places.
What are they going to do when Texas and Oklahoma comes in here next year?
You just keep on playing. Just keep on playing. They just have to line up and beat it. You just have to line up and beat them. That's all you. I mean, that's just all you can do. It just gets a little bit tougher.
Well, I don't think they might get them boys from Texas and Oklahoma come on down to Rocky Top. Who knows?
Might. You can't never tell. I agree with you 100%.
I'm gone, but I'll see you later.
All right, see you, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate it. You know, and there's somebody that sort of agrees a little bit. He thinks they might go down tomorrow night. We'll just have to wait and see because, Tennessee's in this. You don't know which team's going to come out. You don't know which quarterback you're going to get. You don't. There's just you can't blame it. I don't guess you can blame it all on the quarterback. Receivers play a little part in this, not catching some balls and some other things, but still yet. It's very inconsistent from what we were used to last year. We've not seen the consistency out of our quarterback play, and I just think as long as we're rolling that way, it's just not good for the Big Orange. So we'll see. But back to the high school part of it. Like I said, week 11 is in the book. High school football. It's really hard to believe that 11 weeks has went by like wham. It's over. So. We're moving on to the TSSAA playoffs. We'll And I think all kickoffs for TSSAA, and I might be wrong on what I'm fixing to say, but I believe all kickoffs are at 7 o'clock. I think that's correct, 7 o'clock. I've not heard what the ticket prices are this year. I've not heard anybody say what the ticket prices are for playoff football. I'm sure it'll be a pretty good little price for TSSAA because this is when they start wanting to make their money. So, but anyway, so all those kickoffs will be at 7 o'clock, and you know, we're fortunate around here. We got quite a few teams going to the playoffs: Anderson County, Clinton, Oak Ridge, Rockwood, Kingston, Oliver Springs, Coalfield. Trying to see if I've left somebody out. Campbell County is going to the playoffs. I'm not going to include the Knoxville teams. I'm just looking at our viewing area here, but Powell, West, those folks. I think Farragut's in. I know Bearden's in, but I think Farragut got in tonight with a win at Maryville. Trying to think who else over there, but anyway, just some teams. I mean, there's a lot. You know, 5A's going to go through Powell and West. That's where it's going to go. 4A is going to go through Greenville, Elizabeth, and Anderson County. I mean, that's where it's going to go. That's where it's headed right now. I mean, you can just about mark them games out. We're on a collision course with, on that end of the county, on the AC end, and their region part. They're on a collision course with either Elizabeth or could be on a collision course with both of them, but they're gonna be going that way. So and they'll be butting heads with them. That's the way it always is. So 483-8112, give us a call. We'd be more than glad to talk to you tonight and try to figure it out if we can, and maybe you've got your own personal opinion about it, and we'll listen to you. But you know, you work all year for what's going to happen next Friday night. You put all the hard work in all winter, and then all, you know, during the spring, and then during the fall, and then the passing leaves, 7-on-7s, and do all the things through the hot part of August, July and August, and then you get ready. And let's get this call here. Go ahead, caller, you're on the air.
Yeah, I think Farragut did not make the playoffs. I think they had to have some help. I think they had to have Cleveland to lose, and I'm pretty sure Cleveland won. So I believe Farragut does not make the playoffs.
So you don't think Farragut made the playoffs? I thought if they beat so I didn't realize they had needed some help.
Yeah, that's what I heard. They needed help. I think they needed Cleveland to lose.
Okay.
So that's what I'm hearing. You may get some more confirmation.
You're probably right. That was just me. That's what I thought I heard them guys say last night, and I could have misunderstood them or not heard the first part. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they needed some help. That's what I heard anyway.
Okay.
So, like I say, somebody else might have something more concrete, but I'm pretty sure that's right.
We appreciate it.
Okay, thanks.
All right, thank you, man.
According to this, since Cleveland won the Hardin Valley game, Maryville advanced out of a three-way region tiebreaker to become the number 3 seed in next week's first round, while Cleveland is number 4 seed.
So, Farragut did not make it. Maryville, out of a tiebreaker, wound up number 3, and Cleveland wound up number 4.
I believe Hardin Valley won, then Farragut might have made it out.
So I think Hardin Valley had to win tonight and beat Cleveland for Farragut to get in. So we'll see how that rolls out. We'll see how that rolls out. See if we got another phone call. We do. Let's take it. Quick caller, you on the air?
Oh, yeah. Can I get in on the scoreboard?
Yeah, you're here, buddy. Go ahead.
Oh, hey, David. How you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing good, buddy. How you doing?
Where's Cox at?
Who knows? Who knows? We don't know.
Oh, I hear you, brother. I watched Clinton on the Dragon business tonight there, against Heritage. Offense, they look good at times. There's just a multitude of penalties, holding. God, I believe Jawan Goins has probably run 4 or 5 touchdowns this year that only to be called back by holding. But their defense there, to have so much talent there, they don't seem like they can stop anybody.
Yeah, I think you're right. Clinton needs to score 60 in order to win.
Oh, no doubt there.
Well, and I was listening. I watched the game on there. I watched it on channel 1081 tonight, or 1086, whichever you're watching on our channel. But I listened coming down on the radio, and Walt Sher said the same thing you just did, Mike, that Goins has run for 1 million yards tonight, but a lot of it's been called back. So I don't know what he's going to wind up with the rushing yardage tonight. But he had a whole lot more than that, but he got called back because of penalties.
Absolutely, that's exactly what happened there. But their defense there, I don't know. They've got talent there, but gosh, they've got to tighten up there somewhere.
You know, in the last couple of weeks, Clinton's really played a lot better penalty-wise. They've not had as many. They cleaned some. That's what really got them at the first year was penalties. And they've cleaned that up a lot. And then to have what they had tonight is a little disappointing in Week 11 that you're still committing those same stupid penalties that you was committing in Week 1 of the high school football. You can't. They won't be able to do. If they do that next week, that'll be a long bus ride home from McMinn County, and their season will be over with.
Is that who they're going to end up playing?
Yeah, they're going to McMinn. They'll go to McMinn County next Friday night and play at McMinn County. Walker Valley beat McMinn County tonight, and that puts Clinton at McMinn County next Friday night.
Oh, okay then. That'll be a long bus ride going and coming.
And if Clinton wins next Friday night, and Oak Ridge beats East Hamilton, then the second round would be Clinton and Oak Ridge in Oak Ridge.
Oh, wow.
So that'd be a little rematch, just a little bit reversed. It'll be here at Blankenship. But you know what? Coach Gaddis won't get to coach him, Mo. It'll be Coach Rain that'll have to coach him this time against Clinton. Coach Gaddis coached in Clinton because Coach Rain was suspended for one football game.
Oh, David, let me ask you this there. I was looking at some of the scores coming across the ticker over here on the left side, and it said Oak Ridge 55, Campbell County 0, but I swear last night when I watched it there late night, because they played on Thursday night, it was like, I thought it was like 55 or 45 to 28 Oak Ridge, but this is saying 55 to nothing. Do you have a...
I don't know, Mike. I don't know what the score was. I didn't see it last night, and I just know Oak Ridge won last night. That's all I know. I don't know I don't know nothing about Chandler. Usually gets the scores off Coach T. So Oak Ridge won 55-28. Excuse me. You're right, Mike. I'm not paying any attention on the ticker to it, just to be honest with you, because I just know they won last night, so I didn't. It's not something.
Okay, because it was showing 55 to nothing.
We'll get it changed then. We'll get it changed.
Okay then, but
that's
hey, I just want to run this by you too, right quick.
All right, run it, buddy.
Do what?
I said, go ahead, buddy, run it.
Okay, it ain't got nothing to do with football there. I know me and you've been around a long time there, but I thought about it after you said that. You and Cox was talking about me last weekend. Do you remember back there when we was just youngins there, me, you, and probably Steve, and maybe Hambone, my brother? You ever remember going swimming out there at the Scottish Ends?
Yeah. Yeah, we used to do that.
Oh, God, we did.
That's back in the day, and a lot of people won't know what we're talking about because they don't remember the Scottish Ends because it's something completely different today. But the Scottish Ends up there, yeah, that's, there was a restaurant there and everything, back in the day.
Oh, God, I thought about that. Had KFC up there and the Scottish Ends and everything. We'd go up there and swim down the bottom of that pool to pick up a nickel or something.
Yeah, they had, like I said, you're right. You had KFC up there. You had the motel up there. You had a restaurant in front of it. And then all that got torn down, and the Burger King came along, and then Walgreens came in and took all that. A lot of people don't, if you don't go back a long ways like me and you do, a lot of people don't realize what was there because that all got that all over a period of time got changed up. And I wish KFC, honestly, would come back to Clinton somewhere. I like KFC.
I do too there.
I like KFC.
I miss the Richie Cream too.
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't know about that neither, but that's actually used to be someplace there too. So back in the day, I mean, you know, so.
Does that mean we're old?
Unfortunately, it does, Mike. well, look, all you got to do is look right here and see all the gray. Yeah, we're old, buddy.
That's all
I
right.
remember at one time we used to coach a little baseball too, but not no more.
Oh, God, I hear you there. All right, David, I'll let you go. Let you take some more calls. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, Mike. Thanks, buddy.
All right, see you, buddy.
All right, buddy. Man, Mike's wanting to roll the clock back a long ways there. He's talking about a long time ago. I appreciate Mike calling in. He calls. We called him out last week, me and Cox did, because we hadn't heard from him in a couple Fridays there, and he called in right after we did that. But I appreciate Mike calling in and keeping up with it. I don't really appreciate him wanting to go back and talk about things we used to do 30 years ago, because he did age us there just a little bit. So, no, but he's a good guy, though. So I appreciate him calling. But like I said, 483-8112 here on the scoreboard on the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. And, folks, we appreciate the Free Medical Clinic, and we appreciate all of our sponsors. And if you go in one of our sponsors' businesses, tell them that you appreciate, or let them know you watch us and you appreciate them sponsoring us here on the Scoreboard. And there's just so many of them that we've got that I don't want to start reeling some of the names off and I leave somebody out, because I wouldn't want to make nobody mad for nothing in the world. We also appreciate some of those sponsors, or same sponsors anyway, and other sponsors that sponsors our high school football live TV game of the week here on BBB TV. And we appreciate that, being able to bring those live games. We appreciate OEB for what they do for this channel and what they do for high school sports in East Tennessee. They do a lot. We're not the only TV station that they work with. They work with another one, and they do some things there too. But we appreciate what OEB does as being one of the main title people on our Friday Night Football. Without them, it would be hard to pull it off here. Without our sponsors, it'd be hard to keep the lights on. So we appreciate our sponsors all year long, and what we will continue, like I said, continue on doing the playoffs for the next couple of weeks. So, like I said, we'll change and get in playoff mode next week. Our program probably, like I said, as we go from week to week, it'll get a little bit shorter, and then eventually it'll just short us out, and we won't have a program. It comes to an end every year, just like I just said. You know, everybody will have to go on the road and play, and that'll be the end of us, and that's all right, because that's the way it's supposed to end. It's supposed to let us ride off in the sunset, and then we'll be back next year, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, or we'll see anyway if we'll be back. You never know from year to year what's going to happen. So, but we'll see, what comes along for next year. But we do appreciate all those sponsors, and I know it's been a little bit different here with the TV channel change, and we've tried to get it out to everybody. So if you're watching tonight and you maybe know somebody that watches or something, just make sure they know what channel we're on now, because it has changed, and you can get us at 1081 or 1086 on the Comcast dial. We're no longer on channel, that's what we call channel 12. We're no longer channel 12. We're up in the 1081s and 1086s. You can get us and be able to and watch us. It's the same gig as always right here with the Friday Night Scoreboard and our live high school. Tonight was I think it was our last live football game that we did tonight. We've done 2 this week. We do that occasionally around here. We do try to pull it off with the big boys and do twice and do 2 in a week. We done a Thursday night game last night with Rockwood and Cofield. It's always great. I know Brad likes to go to Cofield and be able to do Cofield, but it was really great to see Rockwood and Cofield play last night. Looked like a pretty good crowd down there. Pretty good game. So anyway. Like I said, Cofield wins that football game and over Rockwood, and if I'm not mistaken, that could possibly be a week 2 matchup. Would be Cofield and Rockwood again. So there's you have to get back to playing a common opponent again after that first week. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. In the playoffs. You never know what's going to happen in the playoffs. There will be an upset somewhere. Somebody will get knocked off that was not supposed to get knocked off next week. Watch and see. Happens every year. Somewhere in the first or second round, there'll be somebody will get somebody. There'll be a surprise. Who knows? Somebody might get Maryville next week. That would be a shock. But Farragut got them tonight, folks, for the first time in 32 years. 32 years. That's a pretty good winning streak right there. Pretty good. 32 years. Pretty good winning streak. So, anyway, so like I said, Anderson County wins tonight. They played South Dole, a team that last couple of years has just went on hard times. Not had a very good year the last couple of years. I know their longtime coach, Clark Duncan, retired, and South Dole they've just not recovered from him stepping away. And Powell continues on to be Powell. West continues on to be West. Oak Ridge had a really good year on their first year head coach. Did a really good job this year, getting the Wildcats back on the winning side. I mean, win the region in your first year here. It's a tough place to coach, and the expectations are high, and they're really high starting next Friday night. So he'll get to see what it's all about in the next couple of weeks, and see how that. There could be some. Oak Ridge has got some interesting matchups coming up. Possibility. I'm sure Powell's down the road and West is down the road probably. Those are 5A opponents, I'm sure, that are down the road somewhere. So could be some tough ball games coming up for the Ridgers. Not only that, tough ball games for anybody that's in 5A. I mean, now when you got Powell and West sort of looming out there, waiting on you, but they've got to win too. But those will be some matchups that we can sort of be looking at and talking about a little bit. So we'll just see what. See. Okay. Everybody says that's right on East Hamilton for Oak Ridge. All right. So I want to make sure I was right. That's what we're saying. So, like I said, I don't know who Anderson County plays. If anybody knows who Anderson County plays in the playoffs, if they'd call and tell us, or if somebody shoot me a text and let me know. I don't have any idea who that would be. Let's see here if we can see some common opponents that from up that way. It's going to be somebody from up that way. And I've not seen the Heritage. Just to go back to the Heritage game for just a minute. That game's 47-35, and Heritage was in that game until the last 2 or 3 minutes of that football game. That game at one point was a 5-point game, and Clinton scored and pushed that game out a little bit and then run the clock out at the end on that game. So, Heritage, I watched them play earlier in the year, play Central, and just a tough year. Lost some nail biters. But try to figure out who Anderson County's got in the playoffs here in just a little bit. We'll see if we can figure that out. We'll also try to figure out who Kingston's got and Rockwood's got, and Coalfield. Those guys said last night after doing the TV game, I didn't hear them say. We'll see who. Usually somebody's got to go to Cloudland. And I don't know who that'll be. Bledsoe County gets Oneida tonight. It's a big win for Bledsoe County. Gibbs takes out Knox Fulton tonight. Northview Academy beats Sullivan East tonight. Saudi Daisy over Signal Mountain. Let's see. Jeff County gets William Blunt. Big time. Jeff County, another team that's had a really good year this year. I think they won their region also. But that's another big win for them. There's a Harriman Sunbright score. Harriman wins 42-0. Alcoa wins last night. I believe it was 42-7 over Kingston. I think that game was last night. We've rolled right along here. We've ripped off 11 weeks of high school football and live TV on Friday nights with high school football games, and then right in here at the call-in show, and have a little bit to talk about here, and talk a little Tennessee football too towards the end, and we enjoy coming to do that. So. See if we got a call here. Good caller, you're on the air.
Mr. Skinner.
Yes.
Anderson County plays Southern East first round.
Okay.
Possible Elizabeth in the second. Greenville possible the third.
Okay, that's what I didn't know who they played the first round, but I figured second and third would be Elizabethan or Greenville. Depends on what happens. So yeah, that's the way the schedule's been recently, anyway.
Also, Rockwood and Coalfield could meet in the second, along with Oliver Springs and Greenback.
Yeah, and I think the Oliver Springs Coalfield could meet again too. I think somewhere. I don't know what round that would be, but that's possible. Round. Yeah, they could meet up again also too. So Oliver's. So you said Anderson County's got Sullivan South.
Sullivan East.
Sullivan East. Okay, excuse me. I'm sorry. Sullivan East. Then. All right then. Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. So they'll be coming down here to play Anderson County, and then like I said. You got Elizabethan and Greenville, depends on, they've got to win in order to get there, but they both had really good years. So we'll see. They don't have to, Anderson County don't have to go too far to look at tape for either one of those games, because they've got plenty of tape on it. That's who the common opponent's been the last, I don't know how many years that's been the common opponent in the playoffs anyway for Anderson County. So I'm sure neither one of those programs have changed too much to change offensive and defensive. It's just different names on the jerseys. So, that's the route that to go to Chattanooga for Anderson County. They know the gauntlet that they're going to have to run, because they've ran it before and been successful at it. So we'll see how that works out. That's always interesting to see what's going to happen. With those two teams and plus Anderson County too. So we'll see what's fixing to happen. What's going on, Big Brad? Coming in here. Good job tonight. Good game. Had some pretty good game, pretty good TV games this year. So just had you never know what you're going to get on Friday night till you go and they tee it up and kick it off. You don't know. You always are hoping for really good games, and most of the time they are good games, and but two pretty good games. So, but anyway, we've ended up we're ending up the regular season part of our high school football operation around here, and we'll jump into, like I said, we're jumping to playoff mode, and that's everybody is 0-0. And you start all over, and you make one mistake here or one mistake there, and you could wind up being at the house. So you got to play. Clinton's not going to be able to play like they played tonight and have, I don't know how many penalties. I was told, I heard 10 at one point, they're not going to be able to play and have 10 penalties and Clinton, how many yards they have? What would they have if all of it hadn't been called back? So they had 591 yards offense tonight, Clinton did, but I'd say they had another 200 yards as called back and penalties on, and I'd say Goins had them. I don't know how many long runs he had called back.
He ran 150 yards on one play.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know. So I don't know. So Clinton's got to go McMinn County.
Gonna be tough. Just need to stay off the sideline.
Yeah, and Oak Ridge is going to have East Hamilton. With a matchup, if Clinton wins and Oak Ridge wins, that's a matchup.
Yes.
Coalfield and Rockwood would be a matchup.
Rematch, yeah.
So,
you'll have.
When will Oliver Springs and Coalfield play
third
again?
round.
In the third round?
Mm-hmm.
I would expect that to be in the third round.
I expect a clean sweep next week, Region 2 over Region 1.
Doesn't that usually happen?
No, usually Cloudland pulls off a win because.
Does Cloudland pull one off?
But just because it's so freaking hard to go up to.
Yeah, it's so hard to go up there and play.
To Rome Mountain, that's a haul.
That's a haul up there too, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and they. Their fourth place team last night, Unaka, almost beat them, and the fourth place team's nowhere close to Greenback's level, So I'm thinking Greenback goes up there and beats them. Maybe. That's still, like I said, it's hard to win up there.
It's hard to win up there.
It's like going to Greenback.
Well, it's hard to win at Greenback. If you can go to Greenback and win, you've accomplished something. There's not many teams goes down there and wins. No. I mean, that's a hard place to play.
Heard that they were redoing their stadium, getting a new stadium and turf field.
Greenback?
Mm-hmm.
You think they're going to take them tight stands away on that side and the
I'd
parking?
say they're probably only doing home side. I'd say they'll leave visitor side alone. They had maybe 4 or 5 rows of.
Is Greenback considered a Blount County school?
They're Loudon.
They're Loudon. It's a Loudon County school. Okay. I didn't know if it was Blount or Loudon. I wasn't for sure.
They're right on the line.
They're right on the line, right? So that's just, I don't care yet. If you've never been there,
you got to go.
You got to go to one game down there.
And stand on the sidelines.
Yeah, stand on the sidelines, yeah.
Hey, no wonder those, you get 15, 16, 17-year-old boys get intimidated.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because grown men
get intimidated. I finally had to try to get them off me and said, listen, I ain't got nothing to do with this. I'm just standing there. I'm a TV. And they don't give you no break, period, down there. I mean, period. So, any shocks? Is there any? I thought a shock tonight. Well, yeah, Maryville, but Farragut. That's the first time in 32 years Chandler said Farragut's won that game. That's a long. Coach Terry can't even say that over Anderson County, over Clinton right now.
We were discussing while we were packing up. When was the last time Maryville traveled? First round. I told Aaron. I said, you probably weren't even born yet.
Well, that might be.
Because if you're looking at 32 years since Farragut beat them, I mean, it's probably been 30-something years.
It probably has been.
Yeah.
Wow. Maryville might be that team, and I don't know if you heard me. I don't know if you were even here when I said this. I always say, it seems like there's an upset every year. Somebody gets upset every year. Farragut might be that team that gets. Farragut might be that team that. I mean, not Farragut, but Maryville might be that team that gets upset next Friday night and gets knocked out in the first round, and that would be an upset. I don't know who they play. I don't have any idea.
Who'd you say?
Maryville.
Maryville. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Maryville might.
Like I said, they have to travel.
You know where they go?
Yeah, I'll
you got
tell
the
you
schedule?
right here.
Good. I'm glad you got it.
I don't know if it's been filled in yet, but if I could see it, Maryville plays at Science Hill.
And Science Hill beat Dobbins Bennett tonight. I seen that.
I can't see what their record is. 7-3 or. Yeah, it's crazy. It's small print. Bradley Central, I can see theirs. 6-4 for Maryville. Is that 7-3?
Yes.
Okay.
So you did a game last night at the same time as your competitor was doing the game.
Mm-hmm.
So
I didn't get to see that one.
I flipped back and forth for just a little bit, and because I wanted to see the kid everybody's talking about. Yeah, he's got some speed and all that, but the way everybody talked about it, he's like he's a game changer. I just didn't see that last night. Maybe
I'd like to.
He made a. They threw him the ball and he made a long catch and a good catch.
Mm-hmm.
But what's he coming to Tennessee to play? Is he coming as a defensive back, or is he just coming as an athlete?
Maybe.
But is there a second kid from McMinn Central coming to Tennessee too? Is there another? Because I almost thought I heard them guys say last night somebody else is coming to Tennessee from off that same team.
Off Bradley Central?
Off Bradley Central.
That I don't know. Like I said, I didn't get to watch it.
Well, I know Coach Heupel was there last night at Bradley Central. They kept talking about him being there. He was there through the first half, but he did have an interception. He did have a long catch. I don't know that he scored a touchdown last night or anything. I'm not for sure about that, but we can use some DBs if he's going to play defensive back.
We could.
Who's Rockwood got?
Rockwood will travel to Jellicoe.
That's a winnable game.
Oh, that's. I told Coach K today that this regional sweep. So I would almost put the house on the fact that Rockwood and Coalfield will play round 2.
And that'll be at Coalfield, right?
It'll be at Coalfield. Coalfield will be at home every game except for round 3 if Cloudland wins. Otherwise, it'll be at Coalfield. Because Cloudland's a 1 seed, Coalfield's a 1 seed, and that set of the brackets hosting that week. So, and then they'll be at home for semifinals.
So
if they make it.
If they make it.
I mean, whoever wins that, Oliver Springs will be at home. Whoever wins that region or that.
Now, in your opinion, who played Coalfield better, Oliver Springs or Rockwood? I thought it was Oliver Springs. I didn't think Coalfield played very well last night. Well, Rockwood, excuse me. I think Coalfield, I meant Rockwood.
I didn't think Coalfield played well against Oliver Springs. Now, was that Oliver Springs causing them not to play well, or was it?
I think
they came out of fall break. Of course, so did Oliver Springs.
I agree with you. I thought Oliver Springs played really well in the first half, not in the second half, though.
Right.
Man, that's where Coalfield took advantage of it.
And
it's like Coalfield sort of dominated the game last night. I'm talking about last night. If we go back to Oliver Springs, there's 2 different halves for Coalfield.
Right.
Or I thought it was.
Well, and it was different. I mean, Coalfield scored all their points first half last night. They scored 20 points the first quarter, where stat that I noticed in Greg's book that he gives us, Coalfield has outscored their opponents now 148-20 in the first quarter. Well, they jumped up on them 20-0 last night, and that won the game right there, first quarter.
Yeah. Well, this is like Clinton come out. Clinton come out tonight pretty hot. Jumped out, what, 21-7 or something like that?
21-7.
Or was it 20? Was it 28?
21-7 at the half.
21-7 at the half, is that right? And
no,
then, or was it 28?
It's 27-7.
27-7 at the half.
Yeah.
And then here comes Heritage. Heritage right after halftime scored fairly quickly.
Oh, just
to cut that
12 seconds.
Cut that to 27-14. And then, I'm coming down here and I'm listening to the radio then, and they say, Heritage is within 5.
Yep.
And they cut it within 5 within about 3 or 4 minutes to go, and then Clinton scored and pushed it on out there.
Something we discussed was, did Heritage let Clinton score that last touchdown just so they could get the ball back?
Might have.
I mean,
Hadn't
because
thought about that.
he just kind of olayed on him, when he ran by him, just trying to get the ball back.
What happened? What was the deal with the fight? Chandler showed. I mean, I didn't get. I heard. Listen on the radio. I'm coming here. Chandler showed it to me, but what was it? Was it a late? Was it a?
It was.
Was it a?
They let him play through, and what happened was it was an incomplete pass. The Clinton kid pretty much suplexes the Heritage kid. Didn't catch the ball, but it was like 1-2 steps, then throws him to the ground real hard, and he took exception to that. And
He got up. He didn't get up. He was swinging on top of
yeah,
him.
he knocked his helmet off, and
yeah.
Not only that, not only did he, as soon as he left, or as soon as he did it, he ran straight for the locker room. He knew he was gone, so he went to the locker room.
That's pretty good right there. Well, I heard him say, looks like the Heritage player's been ejected, and I kept waiting to say, because we've been harping on this all year long with all the penalties. Clinton couldn't afford to lose anybody, and they sure couldn't afford to lose anybody getting ready to go in the playoffs.
No, I mean, because that kid will either set out 2 games if he plays basketball or baseball, or if he was I'd have to look at the roster. It was number 17. So if he was not a senior, he would have to sit out first game next year.
Right, if he doesn't play another sport.
If he doesn't play another sport.
If he doesn't play another sport.
Yep.
Well, there's no doubt Clinton's got an explosive offense, but, Man, if Clinton wins Friday night and Oak Ridge wins Friday night, there's another matchup, the Oak Ridge-Clinton. That'll be a matchup there. The caller just called in a while ago and said if Anderson County wins, it could be Elizabethan or
it's Elizabethan.
It's Elizabethan.
Yeah, Greenville.
So it'd be Anderson County, Elizabethan. I don't
round
know.
2.
Is that home for Anderson County?
It's at Anderson County.
It's at Anderson County. Where's round 3? Is it at Greenville?
Round 3 will be at Greenville.
If Greenville wins.
Yeah. Let me look here real quick. But I do
that's
believe
the way
it's
been. It alternates.
Yeah.
I didn't know how it was.
Yeah, it's upper bracket host. So.
Okay. So that's the road that's. I don't even think Anderson County's got to go swap film tomorrow. They've got enough film on all those teams up there. Maybe not on Sullivan to
Sullivan East.
Sullivan East. So who knows about them? But
I was kind of surprised with the score early on with Anderson County tonight. I think they may have went in there with, not. I don't know how they played, so I can't say that.
I didn't watch 2 minutes of it. I flipped over and I don't remember what the score was. It's something to 10.
Yeah, it was like 13-10 for a while.
Yeah, it was something like that, and then I switched right back. I didn't. Remember,
they did what they normally do.
I didn't even know they were. I just was checking to see what 95 was doing, and I didn't even know who was playing tonight, if they were even covered them. But Anderson County's it's not really been a typical year for them. It's been a little strange.
Yeah, but you got to look back. They've won all the games they're supposed to win.
Oh yes, most definitely. Yeah, most definitely they have.
And then they should have beat West. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Bearden was a little one-sided.
That's an 8-7 ball game. West was, I think.
Yep. Bearden game wasn't that close. Powell, if they play Powell again today, they probably beat them. I think. I mean, it's just they just you got a quarterback that hadn't been there 3 weeks.
Yeah, he didn't know the offense.
And trying to run the offense, and he looked hyped up. He threw the ball high, but since then, he's been lights out.
Played pretty good football, so they wound up the year at 6-4. Clinton winds up the year at 4-6. Oak Ridge was what, 8-2?
Yes.
8-2?
8-2.
Not bad for first-year coach. 8-2 and win a region. I mean,
that's what you.
And I was shocked.
That's what a lot of Oak Ridge people
And I meant
expect.
to say this right off the bat tonight when I come on, and I didn't know. I thought Coach Gaddis was already in the Hall of Fame at Oak Ridge.
I thought he was too. He's in the high school Hall of Fame, in the CSBA Hall of Fame.
Yeah. So congratulations goes out to Coach Gaddis, being put in the Oak Ridge Hall of Fame. Well deserved. Not only a longtime football coach, but the athletic director now, and he's all about the Ridgers and has been for a long time. But Coach, if you're watching tonight, If not, maybe somebody will call and tell you I said it. Congratulations on being put in the Oak Ridge Hall of Fame. Well deserved. Well deserved.
Very much so. I'm going to show you something here real quick.
Well deserved. You deserve it very much. You've dedicated a lot of your life to Oak Ridge, and you've done a good job.
This is what I got the other day.
I wouldn't doubt it. He'd send that. He ain't gonna never let me live that down.
Yeah.
He's just gonna keep on and on. But he's a good. No, I like Coach Gass a lot. Everybody thinks that me and him don't get along. I do get along with him very well. I like him. I like him a lot. I just don't like him when, I was really hoping this year when he came to Clinton that he would get a loss, and his last high school football game would have been a loss to the Clinton Dragons, but it didn't work out that way. He escaped with another victory, so we just have to mark it up the way it is, Coach. Congratulations. But no, on a serious side, congratulations to being inducted to the Oak Ridge Hall of Fame. A well-deserved honor for you.
How much of that game did you watch last night?
Which one?
Bearden and Bradley.
5 minutes of it.
Is Bradley the real deal?
Well, I don't know. Bearden didn't play well last night. Bearden did not play well last night. Mm-hmm. To say that Bradley would run the table and win the state, I wouldn't bet that. I think they're beatable.
Well, they'd have to go through Oakland.
Now listen. They've got a lot of speed, and they move well to the ball. But like I said, I watched the Rockwood Coalfield game, most of it. I watched maybe 5 minutes. It was a lopsided game, and it wasn't too interested in it to me.
I tell you.
And I wasn't impressed with whatever his name, Boo Carter, whatever. He didn't. I mean, I know he's really. Maybe I just didn't catch him at a good game, or he just didn't. I was looking for something. I was expecting just a little bit more, and I didn't see a little bit more that I was expecting. He's really a good athlete. You can tell that, and he's got some wheels, man. He can pick them up and set them down.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It's like Marable with Clinton. That kid can play.
Yeah.
He's fast.
Cool. Clinton's got a bunch of good. I mean, Clinton's got some athletes.
They can out-athlete you, that's for sure, as long as they
That's
focus.
Right. Well, like I said, Clinton's got to score 60 points in order to win the game. They just don't have for some reason, they just can't play defense. If they can outscore you, they can beat you. And that's the problem. That's been a problem all year long with Clinton, is not being able to score enough points to win the ball games.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm not going to second guess coaching, but it was like they would drive down the field running the ball, then they get in the red zone and try to pass. So there's 2 or 3 times they went, they turned it over on downs because they were trying to pass the ball instead of doing what got them down there.
Personally, myself, I think Clinton is a better running football team than I do a passing team. Okay, I think they've got the horses to run it. All right, but the problem has been for Clinton all year has been the inconsistent play with their offensive line. Mm-hmm. Now, don't get me wrong; they had some kids hurt during the year. That was offensive lineman. They lost an offensive lineman that moved away. Right. There also was a defensive lineman. He was the same kid. He moved away out of here, and really, they didn't realize, I don't think, how much he was going to mean to the team, and he was a big loss. So I think with Goins and that kid that you talked about just now, there's another kid. What's that? One kid's Marvel, whatever.
Marable, yeah.
And then there's another one too, though. There's one more, isn't there?
Yeah.
See, but I like tonight when Clinton got in that. I don't know what I heard that. Yeah, your color guy there talking about it. Like Clinton got like a jumbo set and was running it to the Parish side, left and right. They run it there in the second half and run it. I think they scored a touchdown. I don't know if he's running that exact offense or not. But you're right. Clinton thinks sometimes they got to throw the ball, and I don't like them throwing it deep a lot. I think they're better off short and stuff and running the ball. And I think Clinton ought to run the ball more.
They should.
That's me. I'm not coaching either, so it's easy for me to sit in my recliner and say what I just said.
Right.
Quick caller, you're on the air.
Hey guys, how's it going tonight?
Going good.
Tough night for Betsy tonight, I tell you. Greenville did to us what we did to them back in 21. They just kept it on the ground and kept our offense on the sideline. We couldn't do a thing with them.
Elizabeth in Greenville.
Is that
Anderson County reminds me of Elizabeth back in 2021. They had a rough start. Boy, they figured it out, and they got it turned around. It's probably the scariest 4-loss team in the state right now.
I would agree.
And we get to come down there hopefully in 2 weeks and see dance again. So here we go.
Yeah, Anderson County's turned it around. The Moog kid's he's just a handful. He is a beast. That's the only thing I got to say. He's a beast.
He's a man among boys.
Not having him first year was hard. And they were going through, kind of like we did through 21, they were figuring out life after Walker Martinez. We were trying to figure out life after Bryson Rollins. And Luke comes back, they get it figured out, and next thing you know, hey, it's a dangerous team down there. So hopefully see you in 2 weeks and see what we can do with it.
That's what we were talking about earlier, was Hall was only at the school 3 weeks before they started the season. So, I mean, he had to come in and learn the offense. And so that not only are you replacing Martinez, but you replaced him with somebody that just came in 3 weeks before the season started.
Well, not only that, you got to look at Anderson County's schedule.
Tough games, too, to start.
Yeah, you got. That's what I was going to say. You got to look at Anderson County's schedule. What kind of schedule they play? They played a pretty tough schedule this year.
Yep,
they have.
Yeah, I think Davis figured it out. You got to play those tough non-conference teams. You may take it on the chin, but it's all about getting ready for the 4A playoffs. When you get to them, if you play those hard opponents like Science Hills and Dobbins Bennett and West and Powell, you get to the playoffs and it makes you a better team in those playoffs.
What he talked about Wednesday night was the fact that it's hard for them to find games to play that's not Alcoa and Maryville and somebody like that it's harder to find.
We hear you. I mean, for 2 straight years, Elizabeth only had 9 games, but we could not find that 10th game.
Right,
Nobody.
Right. And that happens in single A with Colfax.
That's part of it. When you're that good, nobody wants to go to Alcoa. Nobody wants to go to Anderson County. Nobody wants to go to Greenville. They don't want to play those games. Right. We had to get Morristown West and Dobbins Bennett, give them away games this year. We only had 4 home games, only 3 because one got canceled because of weather. So we had to give them home games this year, or they wouldn't take the games with us. So, 6 away games and 4 home games, we had to do it to get the game.
Right. The gosh, I forgot what I was going to say. Go ahead. Help me out here.
I
just had a brain fart.
I'm with you. But no, you're right, Caller. You're right. Anderson County's played. If you look at Anderson County's schedule in the past, some of the teams they were playing in the past, they were not that tough. I think that hurt them when they got to playing a good Greenville team and a good Elizabeth team. Now they've toughened that schedule up. I think they're battle tested, and man, I really think the next in round 2 and 3 could be some wars.
Oh, it's always going to be a battle with those 3 teams. You get these 3 beasts in the East up here, and it's always going to be a battle. And then, probably Upperman's going to get one of those 3 and have their hands full. And then the Firebirds are still tough this year, but we'll see if we can. One of these teams up here can do some damage with them. But I try to follow every region up here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, at least 5 and 6 and 4A. I'm off the old Mike Mulder top football from the old Friday main event for Mike. I loved him to death, but I try to watch them all, learn what I can about them, and the more information, the better off you are. But I like Dave Gilliam. I like Anderson County. I like Greenville. Well, I respect them. I don't like them. I respect them. But we got 3 of the best teams up here, and probably Elizabeth and Greenville, the best teams in East Tennessee. And that's pretty pitiful when you got Science Hill and DB up here, and they can't beat those 4A teams. But I mean, it is what it is. So, but we'll battle next week, and then probably make the Anderson County to see how it goes.
And that's something that's
on and tighten up. It's gonna be fun.
That's what's bad about this area is that you've got the 3 best teams in 4A football have to play each other to get to go to the championship game.
Get to the championship game.
I mean, now Pearl Cone this year is probably going to maybe win it because they've been pretty good all year. But the 3 teams,
athletes all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
All right, Caller, we look forward to doing battle. We'll see you.
All right, good talking to you guys.
See you, man. Call us back. Go ahead, Caller. You're on the air.
Hey, guys. It's Jesse Smithy. How are y'all doing?
Jesse, how you doing tonight, buddy?
We're good. We're a little stressed out getting those playoff pairings done and up on the site, but we got them up there, and now we know who all is going against each other next week. So that was goal number one tonight, and now we're getting stories and videos and pictures up on the website from Week 11. But it's a quick turn of the page here in Week 11. People, as soon as those games go final, they want to know who they're playing in the first round, and hopefully we help everybody do that.
You always do. You do a good job. Jesse, was you shocked tonight with Farragut having a so-so year, not a very good year going? I mean, playing Maryville tonight, I don't know where the game was at. Was you shocked?
It was at Maryville.
It was at Maryville. Was you shocked that Farragut goes to Maryville then and pulls off, I would say, an upset?
If this would have happened in week 5 or 6, I probably wouldn't have been shocked, just because Maryville was undergoing quarterback changes. They had injuries, but Maryville's at its peak right now. Whatever that peak may be, it's certainly not the Maryville of old, but they got guys back. They got Gage Ledoux back at running back. They're coming off of wins over Alcoa, coming off of wins over Cleveland. Got in the playoffs. It looked like they were kind of back to the at least a semblance of the former self. And I just did not expect this in week 11. Missed some field goals that were costly. Had one hit off a crossbar, I think, and missed, and had some other issues as well. So a week ago, I'm thinking, man, Maryville is going to be a tough out in the 6A playoffs, and now I don't know what to think. I don't know what version of Maryville is going to show up in the playoffs, and I've never said that before.
When was the last time they traveled in the first round?
Yeah, I mean, it'd have to have been back in the 90s. I mean,
that's what I can't remember. I cannot remember. So
it's been a long time.
Yeah, I mean, maybe 2000. I'd have to go back and check. 2000 is the year they started off 0-4. They had to suspend some kids and started off really rough, and then ended up running the table to win it all. So I couldn't tell you if they traveled in the first round that year. I was still in college at that point, but it's been decades since they've had to travel in the first round. But I can guarantee you one thing: even though they're topsy-turvy this year, we don't know what they're going to get. I guarantee you,
it's still Maryville.
Not happy to face them in the first round.
Right, it's still Maryville.
It's still Maryville. Jesse, if you're picking one team right now, who's the hottest team going into playoffs?
Wow. Let me scroll through my list real quick. I wasn't maybe prepared for that one, but
should have texted that one to you.
I should have texted that to you. I'm sorry, buddy.
It's all right. Anderson County?
Yeah, we just talked about Anderson County. It's what the caller before you, that's what we was talking about. I mean, we was talking to him about Anderson. He's from Elizabethton and up that way. He was talking about, Elizabethton and Greenville and Anderson County, 3 really good teams. And you're right, Anderson County might be the hot. They might have it all together right now better than anybody.
Yeah, I mean, Alcoa had a loss a week or so ago, and West, even though they won against Powell, hasn't been.
They haven't been.
I would say they've been hot, lately. Yeah, I mean, I would think Anderson County would be a great team to pick to answer that question, and I just absolutely laid it on a South Doyle team that had some athletes this year, but for whatever reason just could not piece it together and win football games. But yeah, I mean, I think you have to look at Anderson County first to answer that question.
Hey, Jesse, is West healthy, or are they still hurting? I mean, they still got some kids hurt.
They do, but they're back. And I think they realized early on when Marshawn Bowers and Devin Jamison, their number 1 and number 2 running backs, were out, that it was really hard for them to manufacture any type of offensive flow, any type of offense. So those guys are back. Are they fully healthy? No, but there's a lot of teams that are obviously dinged up in Week 11. But both of them played last night. Both of them made big plays. But I would say that, and I think Lamar Brown has even admitted this, the West head coach, that Marshawn Bowers is nowhere near close to 100%. Same for Devin Jamison, but they're kind of gutting it out and seeing what they can do. And that was a huge win over Powell last night to get that 1 seed.
Sure was. And let me say this to you, as a guy that's from Clinton, there's somebody going to go steal that football coach at Heritage and bring him to their program, and he's going to. He's got, man. That Heritage team is a team that just doesn't give up, and that has to be a reflection of the head coach.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, he has a long long career of accolades in coaching in college, and was able to come to a comatose program like Heritage and kind of bring it back to life a little bit. And I can think of a couple people that have already called me about him, saying that, hey, we think we might have a coaching change. What do you know about this Heritage coach? So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if Heritage can hang on to him, if he wants to go back to college. I don't know. But, yeah, he's definitely a top-tier kind of coach, knows how to get the most out of his players, and we've seen Heritage look really good at times this year.
Is there any games next week, Jesse, that you're just absolutely, it's on the radar right now you're looking forward to? Is it
is it a typical round one? Is it just a typical round one?
No. I think there's games, especially like in the 5A ranks where we have so many teams. You look at Halls High School, which has had such a great year. They're going to have to play on the road against making
8-2 playing on the road.
And Morristown West almost beat Greenville. They almost beat Elizabethton, and they played Jefferson County tough and played Sevier County tough. So even though Morristown West is 5-5, they have the attention fully of Brent Hughes, the head football coach at Halls. And he mentioned that in our story last night, how he thought Morristown West was probably the number one team out of that region, and they're going to have to go on the road to play them. So that's a key one. You got Central at Sevier County. That could be really fun. Clinton and McMinn County. You're talking about all those offensive weapons at Clinton, and then a program like McMinn County that has some absolute studs on defense. That should be a fun game. There's a few there in round one that could be pretty exciting.
Hey, pull out your magic 8-ball here and tell us who in East Tennessee is going to bring home a gold ball.
I've said this. I don't think I've ever said it on the record, but I think East Tennessee maybe only brings back one gold ball this year.
I agree.
And I think that.
Well, South Pitt.
I think some teams get there.
Do you consider South Pitt
5-18? Yeah.
Okay.
So, are you saying that one gold ball is Alcoa?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Okay, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I talked over it.
3A championship. They get their 9th in a row, and I think we see a team get there from our area in 4A, in 5A. I'm not really sure about 6A right now. I think Oakland's still probably the team to beat. We've never done well historically in 2A. Coalfield's had a great year, but the South Pitt team.
There's no way they get through South Pitt, and I'm diehard Coalfield.
Yeah. And maybe Webb gets there in Division II AA, but CPA is right there. So yeah, just looking at my goal or my crystal ball, I'm thinking we got one surefire winner, and it'd have to be an upset win for a 4A or 5A team to win it.
All right, buddy. I know you got a busy night in front of you to get everything done with the playoffs, and hey, we appreciate you here calling in, and we look forward to talking to you next week. We could have some round 2 matchups, rematches. So we could have some rematches coming back up. Depends on who wins. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next Friday night. Thanks, Jesse. We appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Appreciate it, guys.
All right, see you, man.
I just noticed right here, he's talking about Morristown West being what they consider maybe the best team out of that. They're 5-5. 8-2 Halls is traveling to 5-5.
So let's compare. I'm not really comparing them, but look at Morristown West's record.
I've not looked at their schedule. So
look at their 5-5 record. Anderson County could have very well been 5-5 instead of 6-4. Played a really tough schedule,
right.
and he might be right about AC. They might be playing the best football of all right now. Hey, let's jump out and take a break, and we'll be right back here on the Friday night scoreboard, the Free Medical Clinic Friday night scoreboard. I'll ask my man here about Tennessee football.
Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense. Call OAB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
The Free Medical Clinic of Oak Ridge presents New Year's Eve 2024 Countdown on Sunday, December 31st, 2023 at 9 p.m. to January 1st, 2024 at 1 a.m. Live band, food truck, hot air balloons, sponsored by Tennessee College of Applied Technology, Baird, the City of Oak Ridge, David Coffey, BBB Communication, and Holloway Event Company. Ball drop and fireworks. Come with your friends and family to count down the new year together. Don't miss it. Free to the public. For more information, go to fmcor.org. Scoreboard.org.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health. For every moment.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Kathy Mae Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy Mae Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
S.L. Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
On-Site Care in Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. And now On-Site Care welcomes Darren Wright, a board-certified family nurse practitioner who will be accepting new patients. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard.
As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense. Call OAB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Welcome back to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. And, man, 11 weeks, Brad. I mean, it's went by pretty quick. I know it's probably not been for you. It went by pretty quick.
It went by fast.
It's went by pretty fast, and we've had some really good ball games this year. And once again, folks, we appreciate our sponsors. Just can't tell you enough how much we appreciate them here on the Friday Night Scoreboard Free Medical Clinic, and everybody you just saw that was advertisement before. If you go in their business, tell them you appreciate them sponsoring here at Channel 12 and what we do, and OEB on Friday night on our live high school football games. And I'm not going to mention everybody else because I'll leave somebody out I don't mean to, but OEB's the main one. They do a lot, and he does a lot for a lot of kids around here. So we appreciate that, and we appreciate Free Medical Clinic being the main one here, our main title sponsor here on Friday night. And don't go without seeing a doctor, folks. There's some place to go. If you need to see a doctor, go check Free Medical Clinic out, and they'll take care of you.
I've talked to some people that they get better care at the Free Medical Clinic than they did at a regular doctor's
office?
I mean, because, you say the regular doctor, I mean, they're doctors, but what I'm saying, though, is they give you good care.
They give you good care.
Yeah.
And and like I said, we appreciate them. I think they're doing a big New Year's Eve thing around down here, so that's something else they're doing. Stay tuned here. It's got something to do with us here at, I almost said Channel 12 again. It's hard to get out of that mode.
Channel 12.
1081, 1086. He's got Channel 12 on. Hey, I want to see you put that 1086 on the shirt next year, buddy.
Well, I have to, I guess.
I heard that.
I mean, I did laundry, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, got 5 shirts. All got.
Have to get you a sticker, put 1086 on it.
And I've probably got 10 or 15 in the closet. So it's
yeah,
like,
so
you
got a bunch of them. So,
this Channel 12
Yeah,
stuff.
this Channel 12 stuff. So, all right,
and I still answer the phone, Channel 12.
You still answer the phone, Channel 12?
I answer Channel 12.
Yeah, Channel 12.
Or 1086.
Yeah,
or
1086.
BBB, whatever.
Just BBB. Hello, it's the TV station.
Yep.
Was you shocked last week about the Tennessee-Alabama game?
No. I was shocked in how bad they laid down in the second half. I was more shocked that we were up so big at the half, but then for them just to go in and lay down in the second half.
Well, we could have been up even bigger
if
we scored touchdowns instead of kicking field goals.
Yes.
And we could have maybe put them away at halftime if we'd scored touchdowns instead of field goals. Maybe. I say maybe. But I led this off at the show, saying this on the show tonight. Alabama went in at halftime and made adjustments. Tennessee went in at halftime and
celebrated.
Celebrated. They didn't do nothing. I mean, not a thing. They did not do one thing.
Nope.
So I don't know. I'm worried Tennessee gets beat tomorrow night. I think Tennessee gets beat tomorrow night. I really do. I think they get beat tomorrow night. I hope I'm wrong.
I'm surprised Christy hadn't texted me yet saying.
I've called her out a while ago.
Big Blue was going to win.
Before you got here, yeah, I'm surprised
she must not be watching because they played last night. But I'm worried too.
Not only
I've just not had with this team. I've not had good feelings with them every time they play.
Think about this. You got Missouri coming. You got Georgia coming. Tennessee could very well lose I'm counting tomorrow, the next 3 ball games in a row.
I agree.
Okay?
I agree.
The next 3 ball games in a row, Tennessee could
just walk in front of the camera. no camera there.
Right in front of us.
I could have answered the phone.
We could have answered the phone for you. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Well, Cleaner, I'm rooting for your boys in Clinton because I want that second-round matchup to get an easy bye to the third round. Brad, who do you have winning against McMahon and Clinton?
I didn't see McMahon play Oak Ridge, but if it's that hard to play down there,
Does officiating change, Joe?
Officiating changes, so it's not going to be. You're not going to get home cooking because different regions do.
Yeah, they'll be visiting officials coming in.
And that takes time to adjust too, because you get used to how your officials call, and then all of a sudden now you've got officials.
It changes, yeah.
I won't talk to assistant coaches. You know, those type things.
Yeah, those type of things. Yeah, well, believe it or not, that actually happens.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, you know, don't you?
I know.
Yeah, you know. So, I don't know. East Hamilton might come in here at Oak Ridge next week and give Oak Ridge a good game. I don't have any idea.
Anyway.
Hey, tell what does East Hamilton have? Have you done a scouting report yet?
No, I have not.
You haven't? Does anybody know anything about them? I don't know anything about them.
Well, I can tell you this much. They have more plans than Clinton to be at the next round next week.
East Hamilton does? Or Oak Ridge?
Oak Ridge.
Oh, okay. Well, I was asking you about East Hamilton. But now you can't overlook that first round.
Hey, I agree. They could beat us.
I mean, you don't ever want to overlook that. But I would like to see the rematch. I'd like to see that.
Clinton and Oak Ridge?
Yeah.
Hey, I think it'd be like I said, I would love an easy round to the third round.
Well, you say that, but
Queener, your Dragons keep playing terrible teams, and that's why their offense looks so explosive. That's why you're so impressed.
I don't think Heritage is a terrible team.
I don't know how it's my team.
I don't think Heritage is
I'm impressed by nothing.
Did you watch them tonight?
You said you're from Clinton.
Did I say what?
You just said you're from Clinton.
I am from Clinton. That's not a lie. There's no use lying about that. I've not seen Clinton play football in 4 years.
Hey, why at the first of the year, why did you give them advice about onside kicks? Apparently you watched enough to give advice.
I just said they
on TV.
I watched it on the TV.
He's not been to the games, what he said.
I've not been to a game at Clinton in 4 years. I've not been to a game at Clinton longer than that. Period.
Hey,
I don't know nothing
I'll
about
give
it.
you this much. I'll give you this much, Queener. At least you stick with more than one team, unlike Cox.
Unlike Cox. He don't
he
really.
likes
I don't
Terrible,
think Cox.
he likes Fulton. He likes Clinton. He likes all the good teams. At least you stick with one team. I respect you, Queener.
He was PA guy at Fulton.
He's a PA. He's assistant basketball coach at Fulton. He's got some background there.
And on top of that, he likes to brag about having season tickets at UT and having a lake house. So he's got it all.
I guess I don't know if he does or not.
He bragged about it like 2 weeks ago on the TV. So
I have no idea. I didn't hear him brag about it.
Like the callers give a crap like the callers give a crap about what Dawson Cox has.
You're just mad. You know why you're mad? Because your basketball team there don't have a state championship ring, and he's got about 4 of them, I think.
Who's he? Who's he? David, who's he?
Who's he?
Who are you referencing as he?
Cox.
Cox.
What's
He's got about 4 championship rings, and you don't have any.
He's an assistant coach at
He's
Fulton.
assistant coach at Fulton.
Hey, I'll tell you this much. Brad Jones would coach circles around him.
You think he would? He probably would.
I don't know
But
about
he's got
that.
4 rings, though.
Who's he? You keep saying he. You mean Jody Wright and those 8 assistants on his bench? Who's he?
Yeah, he does. He.
Hey, now.
If I could write the coattails of Jody Wright's coaching career, I'd have 4 rings as well.
I've got 2.
Hey, you know what? I call him. I do it all the time. Every time I talk to Jody Wright, I call him the GOAT. He is probably.
Tell him I said that. Hope he's listening. If I could write the coattails of Jody Wright, I too would have 4 rings. Does the water boy have 4 rings as well? Saying Jonathan Cox has 4 rings is about as well as saying the water boy has 4 rings. It doesn't mean a lot because he has 8 assistants. Come on, Quinter, you're better than this. Clinton.
Hey, listen. Your neighbors are going to call the police if you don't settle down.
Hey,
I was hoping he had hung up. I was hoping he had hung up, just to be honest with you. Don't you have anything better to do?
There is a famous Oak Ridge name out there. I'm not going to say his name because he wants to remain anonymous. I asked him if I could use his name. He doesn't want me to use his name. But I ran into him at a grocery store here in Oak Ridge not too long ago. His family is very big in Oak Ridge, but like I said, he wants to remain anonymous. I know he's watching right now. So this is for you, caller, or person that's listening. I want you to know that he informed me he loves me ragging on Queener and Cox. And that's my job every week.
Well, I'm not Cox.
Because he enjoys it. He enjoys it. Because we do this for Oak Ridge, to rag on you guys.
I'm not Cox.
Why are you ragging on me?
You and Cox.
My wife is an Oak Ridge High School graduate.
That's the best thing you've done.
My mother-in-law lives in Oak Ridge. My grandson plays football for the Oak Ridge Boys Club. He goes to Glenwood. I've got
Brad,
Oak
I'm
Ridge.
not coming after you. I'm coming after Wingus and Dingus.
That's what I'm saying. Why are you getting me?
I'm not trying to get you. I'm going after Wingus and Dingus.
It's like this. He's not getting no cherry here, so I could care less.
you know what's? Well, I ain't gonna say.
I'm astounded that you think that's impressive. How you can ride Jody Wright's cocktails, and then all of a sudden you can like
ride
be the
nobody's
greatest assistant coach.
coattails.
Now let me tell you something though. As being an assistant coach and being a head coach, the only difference is you get all the blame when they win and lose.
Yep.
That's the only difference.
Still got to put the
I
time
put a
in.
lot of time in as an assistant coach. I put hours upon hours in.
Yep.
I did all the little things here and there, that the coach don't do.
Laundry,
Yeah.
and Coach JV, and do
Yeah.
all that. So I don't know that Coach Wright has 8 assistant coaches.
He's got a few, but
He's always had about 3 or 4.
yeah.
I don't know about 8. I've not been around the program in a little while, but I've not seen no 8. So, anyway.
Interesting. Well, like I said, I don't think it's that impressive when you have 8 assistants. So, hey, I'll apply to be the water boy, and I'll get my ring as well.
What?
You know what?
Are you saying Jody's not impressive?
No, Joe. No, as an assistant.
Oh.
He's got a ring on, you don't. That's the only thing about it, though, man. So it don't really matter.
Hey, I'd go sit on Jody's bench to get a ring.
Yep.
Hey,
if he had asked me.
That is impressive.
I got
You know what? Let's not forget how Oak Ridge blew out Fulton T. Higgins senior year by 50 points.
Oh, wait a minute. See, was that the same Oak Ridge team? Hold on just a minute.
Fulton still won state. You know
Is that
what?
the same year that Oak Ridge got beat?
If Oak Ridge played Cofield, they win state as well.
Is that the same year that Oak Ridge got beat by Walker Valley at Blankenship?
We're talking about basketball. Quinton.
Oh, I thought you was talking about football. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. You're forgiven. Anyway, as I was saying. But, hey, you know what else is impressive about being an assistant? Don Cloakman being an assistant for Clinton. And we'll see you in the second round, Don.
Who?
Don Colquitt.
Oh.
The Oak Ridge guy.
Oh.
The coaches at Clinton.
So he got it in for Don?
I guess he does. They've made some big deal out of it.
Don's still an Oak Ridge man.
Well, he was in the band. Somebody sent me a text and said,
who was in the band?
Well, I can't say the name he's called him, but he was in the band, he said. I guess he's talking about him.
Cody?
He's talking about him. He was in the
Cody,
band.
were you in the band?
I don't know if he's in the band or not. I don't have any idea. So Tennessee win tomorrow? Come on. You got to tell us.
That's him calling
God,
back to say
he's
he wasn't
calling
in the
back.
band.
If that's him, just get an answer from him.
Do we win? I don't know.
Okay.
I'd like to say we do, but
you don't have any idea.
I don't have that gut feeling.
Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, David, I'm calling back again. There, I don't know about that last caller there, but I'm gonna let him know a little something there. Jody Wright and Jonathan Cox is going to have another championship year after this year. I'll guarantee you that. They've got at least a couple of brothers playing back this year, and they're going to win another championship ring, whether you like it or not.
Didn't he have some young talent last year, like freshman, sophomore?
I think everybody's back. I think he's loaded again this year. I really do. Yeah, he does. He does have 2 brothers that are back, and I think I might be wrong.
The Timber brothers?
Yeah, I might be wrong, but I think he's got he's loaded again this year. He'll never tell you that, but he's loaded.
Oh, he is. He's loaded there, and then I hope Cox is sitting over on the sidelines with him, and he gets another ring to put on his thumb there or whatever.
Yeah,
and
gets his fifth one.
It's calling in there. It's that blah, blah, blah. Wait and see.
All right, Mike. Thanks, buddy.
All right, thank you.
See you, buddy. Cody's just jealous he don't have a ring. So we don't know if Tennessee's going to beat Kentucky. Well, we have to have better quarterback play, that's for sure.
You know, that's something else. Milton came out looking like an all-star, an all-American first half.
Here's the exact
Or
words.
first quarter.
Here's the exact words I told my wife after the first quarter. Hold on, there's 3 more quarters to play. Exact words, I swear. Hold on, there's 3 more quarters to play. I mean, they just laid an egg. And there's a real possibility Tennessee winds up 7-5, 6-6, maybe. Now, that's a real possibility. That's a real possibility.
You're right.
I mean, they could be.
I started thinking about that the other day, about how you have so many losses right here that can be losses. I mean, games that can be losses. Like you said, 3 straight coming up.
Yeah, 3 straight coming up. You're exactly right. And if you look at Alabama, you just make it 4 straight games. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's a tough stretch. I don't think anybody thought Missouri was going to be as good as they are. I don't know how good Missouri really is.
But we got to go there.
Got to go there.
And
it's
we don't
a
play well
tough
there.
place to play.
Why are they even in the SEC?
That's a good question.
Hello?
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 Hung up.
Yeah?
Go ahead, you're on the air.
Hey, Brad, that boy for Tennessee's got his shoulder hurt. Is he going to be able to play?
No.
No, he's having
out for
surgery.
the season. He
Out
had
for the
surgery.
season.
So who's taking his place?
I forgot who they said. I'll
Yeah,
have to look it up.
He's
'cause
he's already had surgery.
He had the
he's
surgery
had
already.
surgery, and he's done for the year.
Yep. He had it the other day.
I didn't hear who was taking his place.
Yeah. Well, I think the kid that started the season is taking his place.
Is that who it
and
is?
I can't remember his name. Slaughter.
Slaughter?
Yeah.
Hey, Brad, you got a mother-in-law that went to Oak Ridge High School, too.
Yeah. I just was talking about my wife, and I said my mother-in-law lives in Oak Ridge. She went to Oak Ridge. My father-in-law went to Oak Ridge High School. My brother-in-law did.
Y'all have a good evening.
All right, see you, bud.
See you, bye.
All right, folks, 10 o'clock next Friday night. Hey, high school playoffs are at 7 o'clock. That's correct.
Yeah,
7
but
o'clock.
most places are playing at 7 now.
Most places are playing at 7 now. Does anybody have any idea what the admission is?
$10.
$10, okay.
Well, it's $8 if you buy your ticket online, but they have a service fee, so it's like $9.33 or something like that. So you save. But if you buy it in person, if places will let you buy it in person, some places won't. But at the gate, it's $10, but the school gets more money because, they half it.
So TSSAA gets their cut.
So you're going to get more. The schools get more money if you buy your ticket in person, than online.
So anyway, next week we will be here at 10 o'clock. Depends on how many calls we have. It's, our schedule goes in half. I mean, we cut down. It falls
quickly.
Way down. But we will be here at 10 o'clock. And the way it sounds, possibly we can be here week 2 at the same time, too. So 2 rounds if everything goes right.
Well, we should have teams in.
We should have.
At least to the 3rd round.
To the 3rd round, possibly.
Semifinals, actually. Because if you get a clean sweep, you get Rockwood, Coalfield, Oliver Springs, one of those will be in the semifinals.
So we could be here for a couple of weeks, so we'll see it, but we are definitely here next Friday night. Folks, if you got anybody out here and you see them, tell them we're on channel 1081 or 1086. You can get us either one of those. We're no longer on channel 12.
Unfortunately.
We had nothing to do with that.
Now, if you want to find us online, give me a call.
Brad can hook you up on the line part.
Online.
He got all kinds of ways to get online and see us. Hey, until next Friday night here on the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard, we'll see you. Good luck to all the teams that's in the playoffs.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
The Free Medical Clinic of Oak Ridge presents New Year's Eve 2024 Countdown on Sunday, December 31st, 2023 at 9 p.m. to January 1st, 2024 at 1 a.m. Live band, food truck, hot air balloons, sponsored by Tennessee College of Applied Technology, Baird, the City of Oak Ridge, David Coffey, BBB Communication, and Holloway Event Company. Ball drop and fireworks. Come with your friends and family to count down the new year together. Don't miss it. Free to the public. For more information, go to fmcor.org.
Swing hard. As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking.
To natural gas for heating, cooking, and clothes drying. Natural gas is affordable, reliable, and safe. We are proud to offer our customers a product that saves money, provides consistent service, and is a clean energy source.
ORUD is your one-stop shop. We sell and install gas appliances for our customers and make it easy to add to your bill with our 0% interest financing.
ORUD is your affordable energy choice, so make the game-winning play by switching to natural gas this football season.
On top of that, Oak Ridge is on the schedule as a region opponent, and maybe this team wants some of those games back, but it will still finish third and advance to the postseason with this experience the schedule has afforded. Their opponent tonight is Heritage, a program that had won 2 total games in the previous 4 years combined before head coach Joe Osavet took over. That name may sound familiar because Osavet served on Jeremy Pruitt's short-lived Tennessee staff and wasn't retained by Josh Heupel after he was hired, but don't let that diminish the reputation of the second-year head man at Heritage. Osavet is well known as a brilliant offensive mind who was coveted in the JUCO ranks and is the mind behind the Bolt RPO offense. The Mountaineers will miss the playoffs this year and are still trying to find a place in a region made up of Powell, West, Halls, and Central. But progress has been made. The high-powered offense has not scored less than 14 points all season, while scoring over 14 points only happened twice the season prior to Osavet's hire. Heritage is looking to take a win into the offseason against a really talented Clinton team, while the Dragons are trying to build confidence to try to make a run in the next few weeks and put the disappointing season behind them. Who's it going to be? Well, we're going to find that out tonight on our OEB Law Game of the Week. Day or night, 24/7. Someone's going to be there to answer and give you a free consultation and get to work on your case immediately. Call 865-546-1111 or visit that website. Very easy to remember, rackettoacheck.com. That's OEB Law. I'm Aaron Harvey, joined by the always jovial doctor and Coach Dan Shoemaker. Fans of offense could be in for a treat tonight. Heritage is led by a quarterback that does it all, and Clinton's got a couple players who will be playing on Saturday.
Absolutely. This matchup brings a lot of offense to the table. Both teams are averaging in the neighborhood of around 28, 29 points per game. Both teams are throwing and running the ball very effectively. I'm looking forward to a bushel of points tonight. on both sides of the scoreboard.
Not just a peck, a bushel.
A bushel.
A whole bushel. We're going to tell you about this one, but also we got a lot better picture of what the playoffs are going to look like after last night, so we'll tell you all about that and tell you about what to expect tonight, and we'll do it thanks to Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties. Elaine has nearly 10 years of experience in the real estate biz, so if you need to buy or sell a home, she's your lady. She produces millions of dollars in sales a year, so she's got the resume you're looking for. Give her a call or a text, 423-619-6748. It's 423-619-6748 for Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties. Stay tuned for more of her pregame show on tonight's edition of the OEB Law Game of the Week.
At OEB Law, our home is your home. And your family is our family. And down here, family takes care of family. Giving back and helping out whenever needed. OEB Law is proud to be from East Tennessee. OEB Law feels like home.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands of times over the past decade. A Rule 31 mediator, Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
Kathy Mae Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy Mae Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
And welcome back to the Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. Elaine serves nearly all of East Tennessee, and she did just under $10 million in sales a year ago. Need to buy a home? Need to sell a home? Then call or text Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties. That number, 423-619-6748. You see it on your screen there. Again, 423-619-6748. I'm Aaron Harvey, joined by Coach and Dr. Dan Shoemaker. You know, so many games were played last night that there aren't as many big games tonight. There's one, though, that will affect the team we cover yearly. I'm talking about Anderson County. The Mavericks are Region 2 champions no matter what happens tonight in their game against South Doyle. But familiar Region 1 foes have a battle for a region title tonight. Greenville and Elizabethton have had a long history of playing each other, and the series is streaky. Listen to this. Throughout the series history, which began in 1924, each team has won several games in a row multiple times. So here's how those games went. Greenville, 2, then a tie in 1926, then Elizabethton 9, Greenville 3, Elizabethton 3, then some back and forth until 1969 when Elizabethton won 5, then lost 2 of the next 3, won another 3, lost 4 of the next 5, won the next 4. Then in 1989, Greenville started a streak of 5 straight games. The Cyclones countered that by winning 7 of the next 8. Greenville then won 12 of the next 14. Elizabethton then won 5 of the next 6, which brings us to last season, where where the Green Devils won 21-0. Now, it wasn't necessary for me to talk about that history, but I did find it very interesting to see how many streaks there were. As far as this matchup goes, no team in the region came within 30 points of either program, with Northview Academy coming the closest to both, losing by 35 to Elizabethton and 31 to Greenville. In region play, the Cyclones have scored in the 60s twice, while Greenville has hit 60 once and 70 once. Elizabethton is giving up just 27 points in region competition, while Greenville just 14. When it comes to Class 4A in Northeast Tennessee, it's always going to be either Greenville or Elizabethton that is king. Who's king this year? Should be a great game, and the loser should expect to see Anderson County in the second round, while the winner would expect to see the Mavericks or a rematch of tonight in the third round.
Well, you know, with that long history, this one feels like Clash of the Titans to me. And I'm not talking about that cheesy Harry Hamlin movie they made in the 80s. There's no stop action for either one of these teams. They're all live action. This one tonight will settle the question for sure. And the road for AC will definitely involve both of these schools in the postseason. While both are undefeated, Greenville has a winning percentage that is .938 because of the no contest they had with Alcoa earlier this year. That really is the only blemish I can see on either one of these records. Greenville and Elizabethton both score points by the bushel, like we expect to see tonight, and they both are playing very stingy defense. Tonight, something will have to give, and we will definitely see a winner. There'll be no contest, no ties tonight. There will be a definite winner.
Yeah, and Brad points out this season was very strange for Greenville because they actually ended up with 2 no contests. They had one the week before the Alcoa game.
That's right. I forgot about that one.
And that Alcoa game, I was really excited to see it. And you got 1 quarter into it, and then the game had to be called. Several lightning delays until it got past 10 p.m. They called it. But, you know, Greenville scored first in that game to make it 7-0, and then Alcoa followed it up to tie it 7-7. So it looked like the Green Devils were going to, at that moment at least, play with Alcoa. So we kind of got robbed of seeing that one, which is unfortunate. But that's a big one tonight. We'll try to keep you updated with scoring so all the Anderson County fans know kind of what's going on there. Oneida, Bledsoe County, they got to meet to decide who gets second and third place in Region 2 AA. Interestingly enough, this will only be the 5th meeting between the two schools, with Oneida winning all 4 games played so far. Oneida's had a pretty decent year, improving from last year's record of 4-6. The Indians are 7-2 right now, but the task is tall to get that 8th win and a home game in the playoffs. This game is in Pikeville, and the Warriors are also 7-2 with what most people would consider a tougher schedule. How do you see this game going?
Well, you know, the longer the road trip, the more advantage that home team seems to have. And thinking through all the intangibles within this game, the one thing that really kind of stands out to me is what's at stake. Whoever wins this one is at home next week, and whoever loses this one is on the road next week. The difference is either hosting South Green or Happy Valley, or going to Hampton or Happy Valley, depending upon what works out up there in Region 1. And so that depends on the outcomes of tonight. So I think Oneida really has something to play for, but you know, so do the guys in Pikeville as well. I think that's going to be a tight ball game. I think probably I've got to give a little bit advantage to Bledsoe County on this one.
All right, so that is Dr. Dan's point of view. So I tell you, that's really all that's going on tonight that I care about as far as like meaningful, impactful playoff games. So like I told you earlier, we got a better look at what the playoffs are going to look like, and we will take a look at that next before we preview our game tonight between Clinton and Heritage on the Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard. As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians. And for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
Energize your home with natural gas from ORUD, your affordable energy choice. See all the ways natural gas can improve your home by visiting one of the ORUD showrooms in Oak Ridge or Kingston. New gas appliances run more efficiently. They provide hot water when you need it, precise heat control for cooking, and can dry clothes in about half the time. Comfort you can feel. Savings you can use. ORUD Natural Gas.
Welcome back to the Elaine Walton of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. Do you want a real estate agent who did about $10 million in sales a year ago? Of course you do. Well, Elaine is that. Give her a call or a text, 423-619-6748, 423-619-6748. Call her up. Tell her that I told you to call her. We went to school together. She's a year older than me. And so just don't ask her about me when I was in school, because she'll probably say that I was weird. And,
I remember both of you. So.
Yeah. So I'm Aaron Harvey. That is Coach Dan Shoemaker. So let's take a look at kind of what we know about the playoffs based on last night. So we got to fill in a lot of blanks because there's still a lot to fill in. But you look at Class 1A here. Here's how they finished in Region 1, how they finished in Region 2. So you know you're going to have Cloudland hosting Greenback. You're going to have Jellicoe hosting Rockwood. And then you're going to have Oliver Springs hosting North Green, and then Coalfield hosting Unaka. And by just looking at that, having seen the Region 2 teams this year, we've seen all those except for Greenback, and looking at what we normally know about Region 1, I don't think Region 2 will sweep, but they could. And I think at least 3 Region 2 teams are going to win.
I think you're going to have at least 3 of those teams move forward, and Greenback could as well. You know, that's a long trip to Cloudland, though. Oh, my goodness, that's a long trip to Cloudland. And like I said in the earlier segment, the longer the trip, the more advantage the home team has. So, but, yeah, I could see a sweep in the cards.
Yeah, and if that happens, what you would end up with a Coalfield-Rockwood rematch of the game we saw last night, and you would have Oliver Springs going to Cloudland for a rematch that they had in the second round of the playoffs last year, in which Oliver Springs came away with a victory there. So that's kind of what we're looking at for Region 1 and 2 and Single A. Now here is Region 2. Region 2 is a mess. Well, Region 2 is not really a mess. Region 1 is a mess, though. So here's what we're looking at. Oneida, Bledsoe County, we told you they're playing each other tonight. The winner of that game is going to be number 2, and the loser is going to be number 3. York is going to be first regardless. Polk County is going to be 4th regardless. And again, I'm not even going to try to go through what's going on in Region 1 because all those games still have to be played tonight.
Absolutely.
So it's a mess. There's a lot of scenarios up there. Moving up to Class 3A, Region 1, you've got Gatlinburg-Pittman. They are going to finish first. And Chucky Doak is going to finish 4th. That's what we know for sure. Johnson County, Unicorn County, they play tonight. So the winner of that game, of course, going to be 2nd, and the loser is going to be 3rd. Region 2 is set. Alcoa, Kingston, Austin East, Union County. So look at that. You have Alcoa is just going to come out and win a state championship. I mean, I don't know what else you got to say about that.
I don't see anybody on the horizon that can challenge them at this point.
Yeah. So Region 2, again, just being the good boy and all this. They got their stuff settled already. And Region 1, just a mess. So Region 2, obviously, Anderson County, with that just dismantling of Gibbs a couple weeks ago. They got the top spot. Then Carter finishes 3rd this year, Fulton fourth. And then in Region 1, we told you about Elizabethton and Greenville. They got to play each other. The winners 1, the losers 2. But then Northview Academy and Sullivan East also have to play each other tonight. So the winner of that game is 3, and the loser is 4th.
Now, the advantage there, just from a logistical standpoint, is the coaches at Northview and Sullivan East know I got to get a bus.
Yeah.
I've got to make travel arrangements. If you had the 2 and the 3 spot, you don't know if you need a bus next week or not, depending upon the outcome of that game. So, just from a logistical standpoint, we've got 96 teams traveling next week.
Yeah.
And you want to travel in a nice tour bus, not a regular school bus.
Right.
And so, they've been on the phone already. I guarantee you, they've been on the phone this week trying to secure buses.
So looking at 5A, Region 1, Sevier County, Morristown West, Tennessee High, Daniel Boone, and Region 2, West, Howell, Halls, Central. So that is all set. Central going to Sevier County, Halls going to Morristown West. Morristown West is tough this year. West will host Daniel Boone, and Powell host Tennessee High. So that was for 5A. No, that was for 4A. That was for 5A. So here's what I think is going to happen. Walker Valley has to play tonight, and they've got to play McMinn County, and that's for Region 4. If the winner of that one is going to be number 1. And I believe, just based on looking at it, if I had to pick, I'd say McMinn County is going to win that game. And so that would send, out of this region, Clinton's region, that would send Campbell County to McMinn County. And Clinton would have to go to Walker Valley. That's what I think is going to happen. Oak Ridge was the winner of this region, and they're going to host East Hamilton regardless. And Lenoir City came in second in this region, so they're going to host Ray County regardless. And, buddy, Ray County coming to Lenoir City, that's going to be a tough game for the Panthers.
I think it will. Mark Pemberton will have his crew ready to go. So he does a good job down there. Used to be the old Rockwood coach when I started 100 years ago. So tremendous coach.
So you go up to 6A, there's still a lot that has to be decided. Cleveland has to play tonight, and Maryville has to play tonight. So Maryville's playing Farragut. And I think Maryville's going to win that game, and if they do, they're going to finish 3rd. And I think Cleveland's going to end up finishing 4th. But that would put Cleveland going to Jefferson County. Jefferson County, very good this year. Bearden, that would have them hosting Dobbins-Bennett. That would have Maryville going to Science Hill, which would be a really good game, I think. And then Bradley Central would host West Ridge. And in the second round, if Maryville were able to get that win, that would set up a rematch with Bradley Central. And it looks like Maryville's playing a lot better football right now. So that would be a very, very fun round 2 matchup.
Maryville may have hit it at the right time. Sometimes timing is everything. And, you can win you can lose games early. But when you get ready for the postseason, that's when you got to be at your best.
Well, back in the year 2000, they opened up the season with 4 straight losses under George Quarles. And what did they do? They ran the table and won a state championship. So
exactly,
you're talking about Maryville. Maryville is Maryville regardless. So we'll see what happens there. So I tell you what, we're going to take a break. And when we get back, as you can see, it's senior night here at Clinton. So they're going through their senior night festivities right now. When we get back, we will preview this game tonight as Clinton hosts Heritage on the Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
At OEB Law, our home is your home. And your family is our family. And down here, family takes care of family. giving back and helping out whenever needed. OEB Law is proud to be from East Tennessee. OEB Law feels like home.
Our story starts with a promise made to the communities of East Tennessee. A promise to always look forward, to the horizon, and past it. A promise to help you live well. At Covenant Health, whenever you enter one of our hospitals, visit any of our physicians, or talk to us on the phone, we will welcome you and your family as one of our own. Because it's about you, and it's about time. Covenant Health. For every moment.
The Free Medical Clinic of Oak Ridge presents New Year's Eve 2024 Countdown on Sunday, December 31st, 2023 at 9 p.m. to January 1st, 2024 at 1 a.m. Live band, food truck, hot air balloons, sponsored by Tennessee College of Applied Technology, Baird, the City of Oak Ridge, David Coffey, BBB Communication, and Holloway Event Company. Ball drop and fireworks. Come with your friends and family to count down the new year together. Don't miss it. Free to the public. For more information, go to fmcor.org.
Welcome back to the Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show as the national anthem is played, which tells us we are getting closer to game time. Elaine, a real estate agent serving almost all of East Tennessee. She's got Anderson, Blunt, Cumberland, Loudon, Knox, McMinn, Monroe, Morgan, Roane, and Scott counties covered for sure. So if you live in one of those areas and you need to buy or sell a home, you can trust my friend Elaine Walden. Give her a call or text 423-619-6748. That's Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties. I'm Aaron Harvey. Beside me, Coach Dan Shoemaker. So we get set to preview tonight's game. You know, Heritage introduced Joe Osavet as its head coach in 2022. Osavet, a big name in the JUCO ranks, and even had his very own offensive scheme, which he called the Bolt offense. Well, back in the early 2000s, he added manipulation to his scheme. Manipulation, which is now commonplace in all levels of football, is known by the name of RPO. His quarterback, Wesley Deck, the leading rusher on this team, 10 rushing touchdowns this year. Pretty good, right? Well, he's also averaging over 200 yards a game through the air with 15 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. That's a pretty special stat line for a team that isn't even going to make the playoffs.
Yes, it really is. I'm intrigued by this offense. I've watched it a little bit getting ready for this game on film, and it has some very interesting elements to me. It's not an air raid like you would think a lot of spread offenses are. It's not like what Hal Mumme used to do or Mike Leach. It's more of a spread option that blends in a lot of RPO, a lot of downhill run, and it'll also throw the ball. Years ago, there was a coach in the NFL named Don Coryell who developed an air option offense, and he was able to score a lot of points in the NFL with a quarterback by the name of Dan Fouts when he was at San Diego. And this kind of blends in some of that with some run option pieces. I really like what he's doing there. The Bolt offense causes you to defend the entire field, and the offense is going to make decisions based upon what the defense gives it. So it'll be really a nice matchup tonight to see how this thing goes.
So Dan Fouts, I recognize him. That was the guy that was the color commentator for the Bourbon Bowl when, you know, the Mud Dogs defeated Red Bow U to win the Bourbon Bowl championship.
There you go.
Yeah, he called that game alongside. Gosh, what's that guy's name?
Anyway.
That was a day or two ago.
Yeah, he said last game of the year, Brent Musburger.
Brent Musburger.
Yeah, last game of the year, Brent. Can't hold anything back now. Anyway, yeah, you mentioned that this is not like you would think of classical spreads or air raids, and Osavet has said that. He said, listen, this is power. That's what this is. It's not finesse. We are going to try to run down your throat. But you know, on the flip side of that, Clinton's got quite a bit of offensive talent too, and it starts with Dragons quarterback Joshua Keith. Keith has thrown for 1,800 yards, 18 touchdowns to just 8 interceptions. Certainly hasn't racked up as many yards on the ground as Deck, but he does have 3 rushing touchdowns. Keith committed to play football at UT Martin next season. Juwan Goings, the leading rusher, 342 yards, 6 touchdowns. Also the leading receiver with 439 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's got an offer from Miami of Ohio. Damon Marable leads the team in tackles with 132, which is nearly double anyone else on the team, but he also has an interception, which was returned to 86 yards for a touchdown. Marable committed to play for Purdue next season, so Clinton's got a lot of talent on that field.
Clinton has playmakers all over the field, both sides of the ball. I think one thing to watch tonight is a contrast in the offensive styles between these two teams. Heritage is going to try to go up tempo, and they're going to try to catch the defense in bad matchups, while Clinton will go no huddle, but they're not going to run at that NASCAR speed. Both of these offenses are going to bring skills to the field tonight.
Clinton runs out, and the captains are meeting on the field. Clinton averaging 304 yards per game. Heritage 291. This is important and could be the factor tonight, though. Clinton has allowed 27 points per game. Heritage has allowed 34. This could turn into a shootout, and Clinton's defense has statistically been a little bit better, but plus the Dragons have Marble at safety.
Yeah, when you have two offenses that are this good, you're just trying to slow them down. Okay, Clinton has played a little better statistically on defense this year. Marable at safety or even down at the linebacker spot can take over games at times, like he did right before